What's up everyone? The brand new head of household has made their nominations and one house guest has asked another house guest to marry them when they leave the house. I'm also told them that they will be getting married to them when they leave the house. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right, before we get started, if you are new around here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm here every single day giving you everything you need to know about what's going on inside that crazy house. Whether it's drama, alliances, vote talk, strategy, you name it folks, I got your back. So hit the subscribe button so you can be an expert on all things Big Brother. I'll also ask everybody if they could kindly hit the like button. It takes all of 0.2 seconds just to click that little thumbs up down there. And as a smaller content creator, it helps me more than you even know, folks. And one more thing, I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos, so if you feel like buying me a coffee, then please consider leaving a super thanks or hitting up my PayPal link in the description below. But without further ado, let's get to the update. Question of the day now, folks, and this one is related to All-Stars when it comes to Big Brother. Now, if we do see another All-Stars season, potentially it's season 30 in the future or whenever the next one comes up, who from this cast do you think deserves to be an All-Star the most? Of course, this is probably going to change as the season goes on, but as of right now, of this cast, who do you think deserves to be an All-Star? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright gang, we will waste no time in discussing the nominations. As you can see by the lovely graphic beside me, Rachel, of course, is the head of household this week like we discussed in yesterday's video, but she had to decide 3 people that she would put on the block. And the 3 people she chose were the ones that I predicted yesterday. Vince, Morgan and Mickey have hit the block. Those 3 are the ones that have actively made a plan to get Rachel to jury and then send her into jury on the first chance they get, having her sit in jury for the rest of the game. That really lit a fire under Rachel's belly. That is testament to what people should do when they when they hear something they don't like, because we've literally been able to watch step by step the motions that Rachel has gone through since discovering that. She found it out and the first emotion was, oh crap, maybe you should put me on the block and send me out early so I don't have to sit in jury the entire time. Then it was, hell no, I'm going to go confront Morgan about this and actually win an argument for the first time in my life. Because I love Rachel so much, but by God, she's terrible at arguing. And Morgan was the first person to ever lose an argument against her, I believe. And then after that, she kind of got this drive back. She got this determination that said, I ain't going down without a fight. And then she wins head of household, and then she puts the 3 on the block who've been plotting it the entire time. This is what every single person needs to do when they receive bad news in the house. Not just roll over like a dog. Quit it. Bullshit. I don't want any of that. Actually turn over and make a move rather. I just want to do what the house wants. No, the house doesn't exist. Go, get lost. I don't care. Do what Rachel's done. Turn around and put those people on the block. The 3 people who've been talking crap about her. The 3 people who want to target her. Everybody needs to do that with the head of household reign. Not doing what the house wants. Big Brother would be such a much better show. It's great as it is, but it would be even better if every single last one of them in there actually had a bit of fight for themselves rather than the mob mentality. And that's why I will always favour players who don't go by the mob mentality and go to the beat of their own drum. That's why I love Dr. Will. That's why I love Danielle. That's why I really enjoyed Tiffany in season 23. I enjoy even Kevin to a level on 19. I always talk about Kevin. He's not a gamer, but he still went to the beat of his own drum, you know? And that's the kind of person I like, always with Big Brother. If you catch somebody going by the beat of their own drum, that's kind of who I like, which is why Keanu has grown on me a lot. It's why Kelly has grown on me a lot. These people who aren't afraid to mix things up. But yes, she has put Vince, Morgan and Mickey on the block. Arguably the strongest nominations this season yet. I would have said Ava, but then she put Keanu up just doing what the house wants. But it was all in Ava's interest. But Rachel here putting 3 people up who think they are running the game. People who've walked around thinking they're untouchable, talking crap about everybody. Finally got a slice of humble pie after they hit the block. Now, Mickey is doing her best job as an actor this week, pretending that she isn't annoyed at Rachel. She has had so many comments that have spilled over the top. The thing with Mickey is she tries to project herself as a kind, considerate, caring person who, cares deeply about people. And I'm sure she does, some people. But she completely contradicts herself when she starts getting mean and snippy with her comments. There's one thing throwing shade, but she actively seems like she goes out of her way to say nasty things, and I don't like that. Again, she's bringing up saying, I want to send Rachel back home to her kids, and then she started to mock Rachel's appearance, and that's just a line, one of the lines that you don't cross in Big Brother family, and mocking how somebody looks. She's talking about how Rachel, like she had like a whole, Ashley was in the room with her laughing her ass off as well, saying that she looks so much older than she actually is. And again, that's everybody's opinion, but usually you keep it to yourself when you're thinking about what somebody else is if you've got an opinion on somebody else's appearance. You know what I mean? I just think, but she was trying to play off as if she was cool, calm and collected about it, but she wasn't, because every other thing coming out of Mickey's mouth was saying she looks way older than she does, and you know, I've been lying to her the whole time, you don't look this age, and it's like, it is, you know, it is like watching a Mean Girl in school. I didn't see that in Mickey at first, weeks ago, but then I feel like these last few weeks have just been absolutely insane. Like, it feels like she's changed while trying to get in with Vince and Zach, and now Zach's gone by throwing her own allies under the bus. See how that worked out for you. This alliance seriously could have been running the game by now if Mickey had stuck with them, because Ava won the following HOH, Rachel won the one after, but all because she took out Jimmy. Now she's on the block, and she just comes across like this vengeful, spiteful, hateful person, and I can see why people are getting sick of Mickey, because quite frankly, she doesn't really ever have anything nice to say about anybody. And that's okay. You can stay neutral. But when 90% of the stuff that comes out of someone's mouth is hateful and just talking about someone's appearance or talking about someone's family or whatever. Because Rachel won't be the last person she'll do this with. If she's in this house long enough and Rachel's gone, she'll pick another target to belittle. I've seen this kind of person before in Big Brother. She will do that. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes for Ava or just, you know, anybody who doesn't get in line with her. And I want to see fight from her. I always talk about Chelsea from last year. Chelsea was knocked down so much, but my God, she gave a masterclass in picking herself back up, whereas I feel like Brooklyn crumbled under the pressure, whereas Chelsea thrived and she got to the top, you know? But Mickey, she's been knocked down when she was on top, and it seems like all she wants to do is berate and belittle people behind their backs, always as well. She never says anything to anyone's face, behind their backs. And but I mean, Ashley's a fake ass friend as well. She's a fake ass friend. She pretends like she really likes Rachel, but she's giggling and laughing like it was just like watching a couple of popular schoolgirls, you know, mock somebody. That's what it was. That's really what it was. Laughing her ass off about the jokes about Rachel's age and all that kind of jazz. I know it's not the worst thing you can say to somebody in the world, but boy oh boy, it's definitely helped me form my opinion on Mickey as it's gone on, because she was really at my top spot. But all this talk about other people and belittling them and mocking them, their appearance, and, you know, saying you want to embarrass them in front of their kids, it's so specific to go out of your way to say something like that. I feel like Mickey's exposed who she is, and she's got a lot of hate and a lot of vengeance inside of her heart, and I think she tries to project that she doesn't, but it's clear as day that she does. Mickey is still trying to game, despite spending a lot of her time talking crap about other people. I do feel like, and the phrase holier than thou was being brought up a lot online, what people are talking about, how Mickey tries to act like that. And I see that. I see that as well. But she is still attempting to game, which I like a lot. You know, she hasn't completely rolled over and just said, oh no, let's just give up. No, she's actually still trying to game, which I love. Rylie and Kat are the target of her right now. She kind of, I think it's killing two birds with one stone. She can break up a showmance if one of them goes on the block, and it's somebody that doesn't really have her back either way. So she's pushing to Rachel already, kissing Rachel's ass and saying, if you decide to do a renom, please let it be Rylie or Kat. We've got a really fascinating Rylie and Kat update later in the video. This doing these updates is wild sometimes, some of the things that we have to talk about. But yeah, she's actively trying to push for Rylie and Kat, one of them to be the renom. Of course, veto will be playing out today. I'll be talking about the results tomorrow. But yeah, folks, keep an eye out for that one, because Mickey is really pushing hard for Rylie or Kat to be the renom if the veto is used. My hope when Zach was evicted was that Morgan would lock back in and try and focus on the game rather than trying to get into somebody's pants. But instead, she's gone dumpster diving. That is a real update. I'm going to take a sip of coffee just for a second. She's gone dumpster diving for Zach's belongings. She went looking for a toothbrush. She pulled a toothbrush out of the trash. What is this? What is life? What is this Big Brother update? Morgan went dumpster diving and pulled one of Zach's toothbrushes out the trash. And then she went looking for his bracelet, and it's... I don't even feel like I need to give commentary on that. I know a lot of y'all be watching right now and thinking, what? Or huh? Or why? Or just in complete disbelief? Or laughing your ass off at me having my meltdown right now. I don't blame you. But wow. Wow. I mean, I knew she liked him, but dumpster diving levels? Holy moly. Now, a lot of people truly believe that Ashley has Rachel's back, but I am convinced. I mean, like, I've always been like, I think she likes Rachel. I think she will work to her to an extent, but I'm feeling like there's a shift. There's a shift that's starting to happen, and I want to mark the day right now and say this. From watching her laugh about Rachel's appearance and all the stuff Mickey was saying, plus all the stuff from before, I mean, Ashley, in my opinion, is just very entitled, and she talks down to people that she thinks she's above people that aren't lawyers. There was that one comment, and listen, I'm not a big Morgan fan anymore, but there was that one comment she said to Will where she was like, how dare you talk to me like that? You're an effing model and a bartender. As if like she was inferior to her. I didn't like that. And that showed all I needed to know about Ashley's character. But she got in with Rachel, was working all that, but then I saw her laughing about her, and that was another red flag. And then the second red flag was the fact that she's actively trying to convince Rachel that Mickey isn't trying to get her out. That tells me that Ashley is trying to play both sides, but I feel like her true allegiance lies with Mickey. I am starting to believe that Ashley is going to be cannon fodder to Mickey's game, should she stay in. If Mickey manages to get traction again, if she manages to get off to the races again, if she wins HOH though, I don't know if she can... She cracked under the pressure last time. I don't know if she can do another good HOH, but point is, I really think Ashley's allegiances lie with Mickey more so than anything, and I think Ashley's going to be one of those people who throws her game away for somebody else rather than actually playing for herself. It's one of my least favourite things in Big Brother, somebody who plays for somebody else without having a brain for yourself. But when you throw it on the double whammy of somebody who talks a big game and talks as if they are amazing and the best thing that God has ever created, not directly, but you can tell they think that because of the way they talk down to other people and diminish other people's occupations. It's that combo. It's just not very likeable for me. I really, really want to see Ashley kick it into gear and play her own game. Because she has good reads sometimes. She does really, like, honestly, if I was ranking all of these reads in the house, even though Ashley doesn't have the most power in the game, I'd put her in the top 3 of people who can read the game. Which is crazy to me because she can't read the room when she like leaves her stuff lying around and expects somebody else to tidy it up for her. And so on a social level, it's weird. Like she's completely just not there. But then on a game level, it feels like she does have this thing. And I want to scream over the wall, Ashley, don't let it go to waste because you can take this game. She could take this game, and I mean that. I mean that wholeheartedly. If she locked in right now and played a really good game for the next half of the game, I would not be offended if she won at all. I really feel like she would be a solid winner if she locked in. But do I think she's going to lock in is a whole other question. But point is here, I feel like she's trying to appease Rachel, but then now I feel like she's switching to Mickey. What I want her to do is to appease Ashley herself. Not Rachel, not Mickey. Play for Ashley. Now this next segment, I know that super fans are going to love it. We all love superstitions. We all love statistics. We all love, Big Brother curses, all that kind of stuff. And this is a fun segment. I've never done, I can't really think of one I've done like this before, but there is something fishy going on in this Big Brother 27 house. If we look at the memory wall, I'm going to throw it up on screen right now. And if you all notice something, very, very apparent is that the pictures on the left are going black and white. All those people have been evicted, which is leading everybody to think that all of the left wall is going to be picked off sooner rather than later. Now, of the 3 people who still have their light on that wall, Mickey is one of them, and Mickey's on the block. So a lot of people who, are superstitious, believe in curses, all that kind of jazz, are already thinking that it's looking rough for Mickey this week, unless it's going to be an old bait and switch. But I just don't see Rachel putting the other people up. So I am looking there right now. I mean, it's possible, but I'm looking there right now and I'm thinking, oh my word, maybe there is a left screen memory wall curse. I don't know what everybody else thinks of that, but definitely something fascinating to look at, and I definitely wanted to bring it up today. So eat your hearts out with that one, folks. We all know that Rylie has been a bit creepy during his time on Big Brother 27, and I think that's underselling it. I think that's an understatement, me saying it's a bit creepy. I've seen people analyse a hell of a lot worse. I have seen also people, actual therapists, people who are therapists for a living and analyse psychology and analyse the human brain and how we interact with people. I've seen those people with those professions talking online about how Rylie is a walking red flag and Kat needs to stay the hell away from him. I'll take it from the professionals there. Even though I just went with my own gut first, the professionals, they're the kicker. They knocked it over the edge for me and made me realise, yikes. But he said in a conversation yesterday something that I think people were in absolute disbelief at, was he straight up said to Kat, I'm going to marry you after we leave here. And Kat's response was a loving, okay. He's weird. He makes me uncomfortable, like for real. And I can't even imagine. I mean, because it's weird because everyone's going, oh, Kat doesn't seem to mind. Kat doesn't seem to mind. I don't think it's as simple as that. I'm not going to turn this into a whole, therapy, psychology thing right now, but I think quite a lot of the time in these situations, people don't realise the situation they're in. That's all I'll say on that. And if you understand what I mean, you might have been through it yourself, or you might have known somebody who's been through it. I mean, I'd like to know if anybody understood what I said there, but I think sometimes in these situations, you don't realise that you're in it. And I think that's one of those situations with Kat, because they are not going to last outside the house. I would almost bet my kidney on it. I just don't see it at all. But again, this is just, once again, one of those comments where Rylie is kind of love bombing. I think, there we go, love bombing. I think that's a big thing about what Rylie does. I think he's love bombing, and he constantly seeks validation from her, and then it can switch up like that to where he's crying his eyes out or he's a bit angry, and it's like, I think a lot of us have seen these things before, and that's why a lot of us are feeling cautious. But saying that you're going to marry her and her response being okay, I'm sure they're going to have a lifetime filled with happy memories. Not. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching some more touchy subjects today. I always want to try and navigate them as well as I can without, totally... Because I don't want to cancel anyone. I don't want to shun anyone. I don't believe in cancel culture at all. And to me, it's more just like, I'm just giving my opinion on what I'm seeing in the house. And if I don't like it, I'm going to say that. It's as simple as that. And what I'm seeing from Mickey, what I'm seeing from Rylie... gets a double thumbs down from me. It's as simple as that. I'm really not a fan of either. And I was a fan of Mickey, a real big fan. She was my favourite going in, and she's just disappointed me with the things she said and how she seems to act in a certain type of way, but all of her actions speak louder than that. And I feel like something I learned earlier in my life was that actions always speak louder than words. People can tell you that they're good. People can tell you that this, that, and the other, but really pay attention to people's actions. That's something I know in my heart and my soul, and something I've learned throughout my only 23 years of life, and I'm glad I've learned that pretty quickly in life. Actions speak louder than words, and that's always something to pay attention to, folks. But yeah, I hope everybody still enjoyed the update. There was still some fun stuff there, some good gaming going on, which is a good meaty part of the update sandwich, which I'm very, very happy about. But we're going to start to close things out right now, folks. I would love to hear from you all. with a postcard. That's really what I'm hoping for. I've got a big stack right next to me, and I'm going to be doing a mail opening video soon where we're going to go through them all and the packages that have also been sent. So I'm looking at this stuff right next to me right now, and if you want to be in that pile, you still have time. So send something to the address on screen right now. I can't wait to hear from you folks. I've had people send stuff from their hometowns, whether, you know, if it's something that your town's famous for or whatever. Send it my way. I'd love to check it out and, you know, talk about it on a video. So there's a video coming soon for that. Get your stuff in there by using the address on screen right now. We've got a few super thanks to go through, so we're going to go through them before we close things out. First of all, we've got the wonderful Patricia Buron. Thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate you. Patricia says, buy yourself a coffee, and Sam too. I certainly will. We'll go do that right after this upload is up there. Thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate you ever so much, my love. Have an amazing day. That's very generous. Sending love and hugs to you, my darling. Next up, we've got the wonderful Walk Off 9, who also you guys will know as Mama. And Mama says, if I won HOH, my album of choice would be Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Oh, that's such a good pick. I love Elton John. Fantastic British legend, of course. Not that I'm biased or anything like that, but Elton John, legend, man. And Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, iconic album. I'm so with you there. It has so many great songs like Candle in the Wind, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, Funeral for a Friend. Such a classic Elton John album. It was released in 1973 when I was a freshman in high school. See, I wasn't even born for another almost 29 years at that point. Wow. I saw Elton John in concert on Halloween back then, and his costumes were wild, to say the least. He has some of the coolest costumes out of every artist ever. Great memories. Sounds like it. I'm so happy to see Rachel win HOH this week. She needed something to light a fire under her butt, and maybe this is it. I agree. I don't even know if you can buy M&Ms for $2 these days, so good luck and good night. Thank you so much, Mama. Great pick on the song. Seriously, Elton John, what a fantastic pick. He's got to be one of my favorite artists of all time. I have Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, A Crocodile Rock, Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, Candle in the Wind. I hope you don't mind your song. That it's just banger after banger with Elton John. Honky Cat, I just love him. He's fantastic. Salute to the Rocket Man. Thank you so much, Mama. Great to hear from you as always. Next up, we've got the wonderful David Cushmore. David Cushmore says, I would like to see Rachel evict Mickey. She doesn't do much and not a very good HOH. Who's going to win HOH more than once in 27? Zach didn't use his power this week, and that sucks. He had a chance to, but it's too little too late, and that's why he got the smack over the head with the paper. Zach is stuck with 10k in his pocket. Not bad, but could have been more. Ava did a good job last week being HOH, better than Mickey. Aliens in 1986 was my favourite movie in the Alien franchise. Tom, you need to start watching Alien. You'll like them a lot. Yeah, I got to check that out. Get yourself some plenty of Starbucks coffee and eat some M&Ms. My favourite music is Eminem, the hit song The Real Slim Shady, Please Stand Up. That's also a classic. Don't forget that WWE Clash in Paris is coming up soon, August 31st. I would never forget it, David. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much, David Cushmore. Salute to you, my friend. And then last but certainly not least, we've got the wonderful Fiver604. Always, whenever I see Fiver, I send love to Canada. Sending love to Canada, Fiver, and Fiver says their song would be The Cure, Greatest Hits. And a request for Sam, can we move the evicted folks to the bottom of the graphic? There's 5 now, and I may be biased, but I think Rachel needs to roar. That is so funny. I'll run it by Sam and see what we can do there, folks. But thank you so much, Fiver. I appreciate you. Again, I love seeing people bring up these older artists, because I said Frank Sinatra yesterday, which, you know, is 50s, 60s, and I love Frank Sinatra, and I'm seeing people say Elton John and Eminem and The Cure. I love all this old school stuff that's being brought up. Thank you so much, Fiver. I appreciate you, and once again, sending love to Canada. But folks, that's all we got time for today. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. I hope that you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there, and remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.